Thank you po, Pastor.
Good evening.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Marylin, and I'm the youngest child of Engineer Franklin Guerrero. On behalf of the Guerrero family, I would like to express our thanks to those in attendance tonight as we remember my father's life and cherish our memories of and with him together. Um, I don't think that anyone would want to be or ever claim that they're ready to be in my place as the child speaking of their father in the past tense. To be honest, I never thought that I would be strong enough to do so. I always thought that my memories and moments with dad were ones I would want to keep to myself, and whatever I wanted to say to him, I would do so alone in private through prayer. But I realized that doing this, remembering dad and what he's done, is to open my own heart and share the love I had and continue to have for him so that we bask in this feeling of warmth as a community whose lives he touched. Everyone here knows my dad was a great man. He loved us to the best of his ability. Maybe one of the benefits of being the youngest is that dad was able to share his fondness for my older siblings and what they meant to him, how I should see them, and how I could count on them. They're stronger, older, so reliable, but also so loving. Um, my dad would speak of my siblings so fondly. He would recall my brother's younger days when he would take sila Kuya Willie, Kuya Chris, and Kuya Jesse to the driving range in the afternoon after their classes. And he would always mention how he wished he could turn back time to relive those carefree moments. He would also remember the numerous days of my sister, Ate Joy's hardships through schooling and her work, and be so full of pride and relief at how she overcame them, that she achieved so much and is experiencing the love she deserves. Not a day went by when he wouldn't think about family. As for me, I remember Dad best by her recalling our discussions over coffee after lunch or in the middle of the night as I passed his computer station. I study philosophy, and a large part of why I do is because of Dad's never ending support, encouragement, and engagement. Comunidad, we would discuss the nature of humanity, the meaning of life, and his favorite topic, religion. One thought experiment that he was fond of presenting that I still remember now, he would repeat it in front of family and friends, was a question of personhood. If everything about a person changed, their age, their voice, their looks, down to their cells, and even their name, are they still the same person? And why? I remember studying this rigorously in my classes and even teaching it to my own students. Whatever answer I gave, Dad would remain skeptical, as if they weren't convincing enough. He realized that questions led to more questions, and he was never satisfied. But that's philosophy, and that was my dad. Many of my days, even before, but especially during quarantine, were filled with his voice and his thoughts and his ideas. I'll always be thankful that we were able to share these moments together to connect our minds as well as our hearts as we talked over merienda. And what amazes me is that we had many similar philosophical views, but we also had conflicts at moments of frustration. And because of my youth, I would always express my annoyances to Dad. And the best things that he did were to always stop and reflect and think about what I said and listen to what I have to say and adjust accordingly. Um, he was always open to learning and improving. He always wanted to be a better man, a better version of himself the next day, the next moment. He recognized his own flaws and worked on them, even at his age, and I admire him so much for that. It must come as a surprise that Dad and I had these deep philosophical conversations when I'm so young in comparison. But he had a lot of respect for me and what I had to say. Philosophy is the love of wisdom, and any wisdom I possess now is a product of my own process, but it had always been motivated by Dad's support. He'll always be my role model in so many ways, in his outward displays of care, in his honest expressions of love, and his respect for himself and the people around him. My dad was the most open and intelligent man I knew, and I don't think anyone could beat him in my eyes. As we gather here tonight in memory of Dad, I'd like us to remember him as he was to each of us: a colleague, a friend, a husband, a father. Most of all, someone to look up to, remember fondly, and cherish. With each memory of him I recall, I imagine holding him tight again, hearing his voice again, and holding his hand again. To quote the Stoics, it is not death that man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Dad lived a fruitful life, proven by how his existence touched each one of us. He continues to live through us, manifested through our memories with and of him. To Dad, we love you for life until we meet each other again. To friends and family, this loss might be indescribably painful, but faith and prayer will keep us afloat and guide us forward. To everyone who's here tonight, thank you once more. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you. So we have a short video presentation